Hi, everyone. It's good to see you.
Hi.
Everyone's here and coming in and looks so good. Hello, Lalit.
Hello, Debra.
I heard you were kind of warm today.
Today it was actually much cooler than it was on Monday. We had a little bit of rain. We get monsoon weather in Las Vegas. It comes out of the east. We get rain. It's our rainy season. In the heat, we got a little rain, so it cooled down a little bit. It's only 106 in Henderson. It was 111 on Monday. So it's
hot and humid and not hot and dry?
No, it only rained a little teeny weeny bit, not enough to make it humid.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we get big thunder showers. This was just a little tiny bit, just enough to kind of clear this. We have fires in the area.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's some smoke in the valley from distant fires.
That's a shame. Wow. Well, it's good to see you. And I'm so happy. This will be our last show for a couple of weeks. I'm going to go away. I'm not going to be available for a couple of weeks. And I wanted to say hi to everyone. CJ, you get the cookie. And Marby.
CJ, hi, CJ. Marby.
You get a half a cookie.
Craig. SR.
What?
SR.
Oh, did you just
Charlie, SR is here.
Oh, yay. So I got Joyful Journey, reverse images. Hello.
Sweet Lorraine.
Mary Thornberry. Oh, Charlie is here. Hello. Lauren and Rose. Wow, everybody's coming in. SR, there you are. So happy to be here. We are happy you are here. Craig, you're here. That's wonderful. Thanks for coming.
Willow is here too. She's there, and Lynxie, my Lynx Point Siamese, is over there. So we're
well protected. I've got my two pups down here, so nothing's gonna affect us bad. No solar sprays, whatever. Lorraine, it's good to see you, sweetheart. Thanks for coming. Making sure I don't miss anybody. It's so nice to see everybody. So as per the other times, what we're going to do is I'm going to give the floor to Lalit so she can give us an idea of what's coming up for next week. And I am going to start starring all of your questions. Leah, good to see you. She has popped in. Please write them all in caps. It would be helpful. And then the second half of the show, we'll answer some questions. So here you are, Lalit.
Hi, everybody. So I hope everyone is well and riding this. We got some high surf that we're riding in this period. You might have noticed. So let's talk about what's going on. And we have to briefly say that the week coming is a little within the larger envelope that we've discussed so many times, but I have to make a quick recap that humanity is going through the biggest evolution that we have ever gone through. And so starting with the age of Aquarius, which is once every 25,000 years, we're entering there. And we've never had that happen with all of the outer planets involved so heavily. Every outer planet has just change sign. This is unusual, and it's mathematically impossibly rare because each planet has a different cycle. Uranus is 84 years, Saturn is 28, Jupiter's 14, so forth. For them all to coincide at the same time is, just like you hear on the news, unprecedented. Isn't that a word you're sick of hearing? Unprecedented. But we have to say it in astrology too, because it's never happened before like this. And so we are in uncharted waters, and we have all of the major planets, all of the outer planets have changed. So now there's a little bit of back and forth here because some of them will go retrograde and back and forth. So it's not all yet stabilized. I mean, the image would be you go down to the ocean, you put your toe in the water to see, test why, how is that? And then you say, okay, now let's jump in. So it's sort of like a couple of them are in there just entering. But all of the outer planets are within the first couple of degrees of the beginning of the sign. And the beginning of each sign is where things are, thank God they moved on. It says, yes. Yeah, it's so true. But everything is in the first couple of degrees. And some of them, they might retrograde a little bit back and go into the anaretic degree. Some we have a little activity in the 29th degree of the last sign that when they're leaving. So if you have planets in those places like sun, moon, ascendant especially, but other things also, either at the very ending of a sign or the beginning within a few degrees of the beginning of the sign, you're going to be feeling this even more than everyone else. I mean, in your life situations are going to be affected very strongly, and this change is affecting all areas of life, and it's affecting people individually, it's affecting governments, and the way our whole societies are formed. And it's affecting relationships and every possible area of your life. Your creativity is involved, the way you make money, and your money situation, your financial situations are affected. All circumstances in your life are being affected, and you need to be ready to roll with it. And you need to be prepared for the unexpected, because you will have unexpected changes that are quite sudden. So when you're making plans for things, understand that you might have to make a last minute adjustment to your plan because some circumstances will change such that you are forced to make the change that you didn't anticipate. So be ready, be flexible, use your intuition, and remember that you are riding these waves, and it may just your plans may not work out as you intended, and be ready for that. So don't be pig-headed and say, I got to do this, I got to do that. It might not be in your best. You may need to change plans. So be ready. Go with the flow. Be prepared to change your plans because things are in a state of change. Now, Uranus is a planet of great acceleration. When it entered Gemini recently, you've noticed everything is like speeding up and going so much faster. It's absolutely crazy how fast things seem to be moving, and they're speeding up. And it's accelerator also in intensity and in the speed. But we are entering a new frequency individually and planet Earth. So Gaia herself is adjusting to these changes, and there will be, the way Gaia adjusts to changes, storms, earthquakes, things. Nature will have, the earth needs to stabilize its energy also. So these things will be happening. And we're going to be talking about the fact that, so we're going to talk about the new moon that's coming up and what's happening. But I would like to mention a little bit about Dear Leader, because I showed his chart last time, and he has Gemini at the midheaven. He's born with Uranus in Gemini, and so Uranus is coming into the place. He's hitting him there, and his world standing. This is his standing in the world is coming crashing down in a big way. As I mentioned, it was going to be an epic Shakespearean fall. I called him King Lear, remember that? So that's kind of funny, because you saw him in all these videos with Epstein with that leering at women in the party thing. So King Lear, we'll call him, and he's coming down big. His weakness in his health is his Mars placed on his ascendant in Leo, and it's really got a difficult placement with lots of stress. So his real Achilles heel in health area is his heart and circulation. So I mentioned, heart attack, aneurysm, stroke. He's having conjunctive heart disease. Have you seen those pictures of his ankles? Oh my gosh, he really looks terrible. So one thing I'm sure of, I have never been so sure of anything, is that he's not going to be here he will not live through his term. So how he checks out of the term, I'm not sure. It could, because I think the door is still open there, because there are several exits for him. He could exit through the cardiovascular disease. He could exit through people hating him so much. Even some of his followers now are turning against him. So there could be something happen against him in that area. It could be impeachment. He could take off. And so his exit is, I don't think, all the way known how this is going to happen. It's something, I was thinking of Mozart and his play Don Giovanni, where at the final end, Mozart was very original in his staging, and he had something like brand new that had never happened, which was like a trap door opened in the stage, and the flames of hell came up and swallowed him down into the trap door. So I think the way he exits the stage is not yet entirely known. There are many possibilities, but he will exit before his term is up. I am just sure of that. There are so many things that point to that fact that I just think it's, 99% not to worry. But don't you feel lightened up, because things seem so different today than they did a week ago? And I did mention that when you get this, the Uranus changes are always unexpected. And I say, no matter how much you prepare yourself and say, expect a change, going to be a big change, you're still going to say, wow, I wasn't waiting for that. And, he's been dodging all the bullets and all of the things, all his felony convictions, January 6th, all these things. How can anyone go through that? Well, remember, he's a big player in the fact that society has to change. Not just our government, but governments all around the world are going to change and to be more magnanimous and Aquarian in nature. So there's no, people aren't judged by the color of their skin. There's healthcare for everyone. We're not. This isn't going to happen in a day. So you have to give it some time. But we are going to have big medical discoveries and things happening in the next couple of years are pivotal. We're going to have full disclosure. You're going to be seeing next year things really getting intense in terms of visitors from other places. And 2027 is the year that everything changes in that area, that the entire world has seen it and everyone is aware of it, and things will change. So just hang on, because we are heading in the right direction. And the momentum that we have taken is completely changed. And each one of you is contributing to this. So your job in this period is to stay heart-centered. The heart has so much more power, magnetic field, and electromagnetic than the brain. I don't know, 50 times, 30 times. I don't remember the number, but it's a huge factor. Your real power comes from your heart center. And it is your generator of your magnetic field and your aura and everything. So you want to be centered in love and peace. And with all of the chaos around you, it is not the chaos around you that's important. It's how you feel. It's how you feel. And we need to keep you feeling centered in the heart area with joy and peace and love. And the one thing that's coming up really good right now is the heart is stronger than the mind. Yes. Well, this is where the real power is that you have is. So gratitude, love, peace, joy. You have to really watch your mindset, and you need to change your life a little bit so that in the morning when you first wake up, you get yourself off started properly. You do some meditation, something, give yourself 10 minutes at the beginning of your day to really set yourself free, and keep watching your mind and doing things that pull you back to heart center. Now let's talk about the new moon that's coming up. I'm going to show you a picture of it. It's really, really different. And it's happening in such a big way. Let me show you the whole picture. I don't have to click twice to see this going there. Okay, is everybody seeing that clear? I'm sorry, I tried to draw on this to make it better for you, and I just couldn't succeed. By the time I got home from work today, I was melting, and I couldn't do anything. The drawing was just coming out terrible, so I just left it. But I'm going to ping on things. We have the new moon, July 24th. The time of it is 12:11 p.m. Pacific. 12:11 p.m. Pacific. So that's 3:11 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. This is in 2 degrees of Leo. So the sun and moon are in 2 degrees of Leo. And Mercury is right there also in Leo. We're going to talk about Mercury in a minute because there's big things happening with Mercury. But regarding this new moon, the big thing is it's in opposition to Pluto. Pluto is also in 2 degrees. Oh my God. This is so powerful. Oh my. Now, for all of you here who are watching this broadcast, are tuned into this energy in its higher octave, which is spirituality, mediumship, contact with the other side of the veil. This is a great time for things like automatic writing and communication, which is Mercury ruled, because that's involved, and Pluto in a very strong way. And all of these planets are aspected in with soft, beautiful aspects that are very positive. For example, Pluto has a sextile over here to the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, and this is about manifesting. Hey, everybody, Neptune is your imagination, and Saturn is bringing things in a concrete way into the real world. This is the primo indication for great opportunities. Set your intentions on this day, both for yourself, for our government, and for Gaia herself, because this is so powerful. We have another sextile over to Uranus in Gemini, and that is just setting that is the light your fire aspect for all of these things. So for people who are channeling this energy in a positive way, it's great. So everyone, unfortunately, is not doing it in a positive way. So that we now have a sextile, a trine from Uranus to Pluto, and trines from Uranus over to the sun and moon. So it gives you, we call this like a basket formation. It's kind of complicated. I wanted to draw it on here so you could see all of these sextiles, trines in all directions, trines going from the sun and moon to Neptune and Saturn, also in 2 degrees. All of the big planets are in the same spot in their sign right at the beginning. So these aspects are very precise and strong. So this is a great time. This is like the best, most powerful new moon you're ever going to find. So make sure you are making you're setting your intentions, like start now. And on that day, you do some little ritual thing that is going to help you with that, because you don't want to miss this chance. You just don't want to miss this chance. Now, I want to point out one thing about this chart. Note that we already said this is hitting Donald Trump in a powerful way because he has Leo rising, and that's the delicate spot in his chart with Mars in Leo, and that's his difficulty with his health. Now, something I want you to notice when you look at Mars of the full moon. Mars of the full moon is conjunct the south node. Conjunct the south node. and Mars and Pluto are related to each other, and this is in a opposition. So what that means is, let me just talk to you about that a little bit. The South Node and Pluto are both strong indicators in a chart of the past, of where you've been. And we could say that in another word, we could say your karma, because the rule is that whatever you put out is what you get back. What you put out is what you get back. So if you think about our dear leader, whose entire life has been spent on vengeance, striking fear into people's heart, cheating people and lying, and et cetera, since what you put out is what you get back, this is a very strong indication that from this turning point now of this new moon to the rest of his life, he is going to be feeling the effects of karma that he hasn't seemed to have ever felt. It's been unusual in his life. He's been sort of he sort of had a pass from all of the things he's managed to escape, but he can no longer escape. And this is karma knocking at the door, and the South Node is exactly on the Mars, and it's going to hit him very hard. And so this is a real turning point here that we're in now, and it's very big. So it is a rule of the universe that cannot be denied, that what you put out is what you get back. So we know it's happening. Now, there's one other big thing about this chart that we need to talk about, and I mentioned it last week. Mercury has stationed retrograde. That means Mercury is no longer moving. It's still. So it's in Leo and it's stop dead. And when a planet is stationary like this, it's very strong. And this is right on the ascendant of our dear leader. And his weakness for his health is right there with Mars. So he's going to be he's frenzy in communication. That is just going to be completely irrational and very dangerous and aggressive. Like we've seen him always like that, but this is more so. So it's going to be more. But for all of us here, Mercury is now turning retrograde. So it's at a dead stop since yesterday and today, and it will be going backwards. And it will be going backwards for about 3 weeks. So that doesn't mean that you can't take care of things in your life that you need to take care of, but it does mean to take, let's say if you're on a trip, if you're doing an airplane trip or something, get there early and just plan that things might take you longer. Clean up all the details in your life of things that you've been working on and projects and stuff. Clean up the things that you need to do, the details. And so I think we're going to see it's a 3-week period that this will be effective. And so there's going to be some frustration that we will see, like in Congress and things like that are things might be stalled, or things might be on appeal, that kind of thing. Things are on hold. There's some things on hold. So there will be some of that. Don't worry about anything, because things are really working out perfectly for the higher good of humanity. And just know that is true, because the momentum of the people on Earth has changed in such a way that we are going to enter a phase that is going to be different than ever. And we will have a lot of help from our friends that will be visiting us. We will have changes in healthcare, changes in communication, change in energy that are going to be so dramatic. And it will take a time for that. It's going to be a period of complete change up to the 30 years cycle. It'll be up to the 2050, 25 years of really remarkable, beneficial change to humanity. But right now, we're it's like if you are putting in a new kitchen in your house, you have to get a sledgehammer and knock out some walls and take out the sink, and there's dust and disturbance and terrible stuff everywhere, and it's a big stressful thing. But when it's done, you say, oh, I'm so glad, this is wonderful. And so just keep in mind that you all signed up for it, and that's a fact because you're here. So you did. And so take advantage of the fact that you can really increase your intuition and creativity in an incredible way. You're going to get downloads of information. And I mentioned last week, make sure you have something to write on. And I've started a Google Doc for different things, for inspirations that come to me for the creative projects I'm working on, because I get these ideas that are really great and I want to keep track of them. So you always have your phone on you, so that's an idea. But if you're not moving around a lot like I am, you could just have a journal or a notebook, a binder. I tend to lose track of things when I'm moving around in a car or something, and my car is broken, so I've been moving around on the bus, and that's so terrible. I just can't believe it. But that should be fixed next week. Anyway, keep heart-centered. Have remedies ready and mental discipline, because you need to watch your mind. Don't let it go into the negative. Don't let it go into the fear. Don't let it go into the anger, because these things that are happening outside of you are not the thing that is important. Where the important thing is how you feel about it. And you are in control of that. You really are. It may seem impossible, but yes, you can watch a catastrophe happening and not be sent into a panic, not be sent into rage or fear or hate or any of those things. You can control your emotions. So you need to work on that and ride through it, and it's going to be worth it on the other end. And we need you, all of your energy, all of your light that you've brought to this world for that purpose. It's showtime. So you're gonna have to focus on that through this difficult time, and step back, take a 30,000 foot view, and say, and look at it from a distance, and see some of the things that are happening are so shocking and amazing and kind of funny in a way. So, use humor and use love and gratitude as what you're channeling into the world to help Gaia, help our country, help yourself.
Bravo.
It's a wonderful time to be
wonderful.
alive.
It's wonderful that's wonderful to be alive.
Like the Chinese proverb that says, the best you could ask for is to be born in interesting times. And ain't it interesting? So step back and say, oh, that's interesting.
I love that.
Zen master says.
Oh my gosh. So SR commented on my color, and I wanted to once again show off my good friend Cindy Alicette. These are tiny itty bitty beads, and they're tiger eyes, and it matches my, just saying, I don't usually match. Do you see them?
Well, it's bringing out the color of your eyes.
I know. See, that's
beautiful. Whoa. I have one right here behind me.
I know. That's the earring. Isn't she talented? Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Oh, that's beautiful. So nice.
I thank you, SR, for noticing, because I rarely come in matched. I just got lucky today. Okay, I'm going to star that. I don't know if it's a question. It's all in caps. But let me call out who's who's who here. So if you don't hear your name and you've put in a question, please, please, please type it again, all in caps. But I have Marby, and you're going to be first, my love, because you gave a beautiful donation. I really appreciate that. Donna, you're second. I got CJ, Leah, SR, Lorraine. Leah said, funny cat video. Sweet baby. What breed?
This
I don't know.
baby is a rag doll.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you see when you pet her, she turns belly up and wants to be petted all around. And the other one is a Lynx Point Siamese. And they're opposite in every way.
Yes.
In every way. In every
So,
way they're opposite. And they're just so sweet.
Leah, Red Dragon, I've got you, Sarah, Sharon Lee, Joyful Journey. Krusty Snapper has had an interesting experience. We're going to get into that. And Craig, you're asking a unique question. This is awesome. And she says, Donna says she's been sleeping with a huge rose crystal in my hand. Wake up and it's still there in your hand. Oh, wow.
That's a great idea.
It
that
is.
I love. So is it a rose quartz? I love that
crystal.
stone. I have a bunch of those. That's a great idea. Thank you. Great plan. I'm going to do that too.
Mine would end up somewhere in the sheets and in the washer and in the dryer. Oh my gosh. We've got a couple of questions here. This is exciting. So,
may I, Deborah? I forgot to say, it's been so hectic a week. I still haven't got my cards and everything put together. Can we do like last week that I join in when I have a strong feeling?
Yes. Yeah.
Just combobulated.
Could certainly do that. So Marby, Debra Lalit, may I have a general reading, please? And thank you. You bet. I guess I could have had my cards ready by now. It's so good to see everybody and be here in the room. And so, as you know, I like to do general readings. There's so few people who do general readings. And so how I do it, as I always like to teach while I'm doing it, is the first card out, the suit only, not the card itself, but the suit alone is going to tell me what topic Spirit would like to address. And it is thinking, because I have swords. And your thinking, or how you're thinking about things. And then I do 5 cards to tell the story. And it's very interesting. Oh, so I sort of remember each of your readings, and you've had a streak of not beware stuff, but it's not been, a home run. Each time has always been a little struggle. I'm seeing a home run today with the 9 of Pentacles, meaning that you're going to feel secure. Yes, it does mean money in the bank, at your retirement, at your home, and all of that stuff. But it's all that you've saved. But what this really means is that all that you've done, that you've collected, all the information plus your thoughts, all that you know is going to be paying off in a big way. How is that going to pay off? The next card tells me 2 of Cups, with family and important people around you. And I also have, believe it or not, the Page of Pentacles, which is also grounding this love and moving into and bringing in the bounty of the earth, or the world, the worldly bounty. Now, what's interesting is that I've got the reversed Page of Wands, and he's telling me you don't have to do anything for this blessing. You know my bumper sticker, change our life at the level of action, not wishes, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not that way in your case. You just sit back and relax, because the bounty's coming with you. 4 of Wands finishes it up, saying, oh, you're going to have steady ground ahead. Steady ground. So bless you and leave you with that.
That's a beautiful reading. I learn so much every time I hear you read cards. I'm always learning something new. But that is beautiful. And it sounds like Marby is going to profit from this new moon in the way these are the things we were talking about that you could accomplish at this moment, because the doors are really open to you in all these areas, in creativity, relationships, your intuition and your psychic abilities, your money aspects. All of these things are they're out there for grabbing. So
And you know what I really like, because I do kind of remember some of the readings I've done for people, and I love it when it's direct. It's like this statement in 5 cards, right? It's an absolute statement, and sometimes it's kind of I feel spirit is coming in and patting us on the head, saying all is going to be fine. Just calm down now, right? And I think, oh well, it could be.
Easier said than done, but that's what we got to work on. Yeah.
Don't you know this work? Donna, you're next. Hi again. Never really. May I have a general reading? Love, love, love. Absolutely. I don't think I have anything else from you. I'm just checking here because I have a couple. Again, a general. I love that. Now the first card out in this general is the higher octave. I've got the high priestess, which is a major card, saying that this is coming. This information needs to be filtered through your spiritual residence, and it would be like your morals, your ethics, the rightness of your life and how you view it. And 5 cards out tells me, oh, so you will be freer. This is the 8 of Swords reversed. Either you've just freed yourself from something, or you simply feel free in the world. And there is a little bit of thought that I'm picking up from you, sweetheart. And it is this. I don't want to get too happy, because it's just something's going to blow, come in and the other shoe will drop or something. Now, I used to think this way when I was a kid, to the point where I really needed therapy over it. So I know your pain and stuff, because the reason I say that is here you're feeling free with the 8 of Swords, right? This is free. And then right there is this hidden knowledge, the moon, which is coming in. And so it's going to take you away from the earthly balance, right? And has the potential, because you're going to be riding high, just like what Lalit was saying with the creativity, you're going to be riding high, right? And then this doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's going to mean sometimes your thinking sabotages you, because right after things get going really well, the worry card, 9 of Swords, losing sleep, and then little bickering card, the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is just arguing, bickering. You notice that nobody's being burned by the wands or being hit or anything. It's just this low level grind. So what I would suggest is that when this bounty comes in and you start the flow and you're really with God and spirit, resist thinking that it has to stop and you have to do something else. Just stay with it. That's what spirit is saying right now. Do you get anything?
Well, I got something that for her, and I think I wanted to say this to also everybody, because it's going to be good for everybody. But remember, this period right here is so intense because of the things that are involved. We've got Pluto, the depth of the other side and the veil and your inner knowledge, Neptune and Saturn. We've got Uranus and Mercury, communication. What this is saying is that you need to open the doors to speaking to your guides and your team and your angels, because they are there with you at all times and they want to hear from you, because you need to call them in. It's like in Star Trek, the prime directive. You can't interfere unless you're you're invited and they're ready. So you need to ask. Now open your mouth and ask out loud. St. Anthony, where are my car keys? Please help me. At the beginning of the day, say that I want to ask your help. Even if I am not thinking of calling on you, please help me today, because I'm going to need your guidance, and I need your help,
Mhm.
please, whatever it is, but say it out loud, because you
That's a
don't
good
want those
yeah,
unemployed
vibration.
angels up there. They're waiting for you to ask. So remember to keep the conversation open.
Right.
And you know, what if you're out in public and you can say it, you can pretend you're talking on the phone instead of saying it. You know, you can say it and don't worry about what other people are thinking.
Right. Right.
Saying it out loud is
Enjoy
more
yourself.
powerful. It's more powerful. You don't have to. You can do it inner
But
conversation. They
spirit would like
appreciate
to
it.
speak with you this time. This
Yeah, and keep
let
the
me-
conversation running all day long.
Awesome.
Remember to call
Awesome.
on them. They're
CJ
there for
wants
you.
CJ wants a general too. I love these generals. Let me go. First card out is Wands. So we're talking about movement. Is spirit going to ask you to get up and move or stop moving? This will let us know. Again, we have the first card out. What you've already done, the Seven of Pentacles, mind, body, spirit, spiritual, um, all facets of it, all that you've done, it's going to be paying off. You're going to have a blessing of the Fool coming in, which is a beautiful surprise. And no, I don't think any psychic or anybody who does cards could actually tell you what this blessing is, because the Fool is not designed to tell you what this blessing is, because when it comes in, you need to move into it with a novice heart. So if I'm blah, 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 I think it's this coming in and that, then you're going to prepare for it in your mind, and that takes the fun out of it. I do have Justice coming in, so you're going to enjoy that, and it's going to come in the form of love messages, and there is going to be an opportunity for you to just enjoy and relax with the Four of Swords. It's like time is on your side. Sounds like a good start to the week. I love that. I'm just going to assume you have something or not. I mean, I'm just going to continue, and when it happens, you do that. So, hello, girls. I ask how this time affects someone with Saturn in Aries, also Mars in Aries, and I think there's something else from Leah. Oh, you wanted to change it. Well, she wanted to change the question to how does Uranus and Virgo affect my the stars now?
Your Uranus is in Virgo, and then you have other things in Aries. That's what I'm understanding. Well, Saturn and Neptune are right on top of your Saturn. So this is a time for you to go for the organizing and making things real, making it happen. Whatever it takes to make it happen may take a lot of strength, because you're doing things that are difficult. It's sort of the Sisyphus with the stone. You're going to need to be doing a lot of effort, but it will pay off big in the long run. Your intuition and your sensibility is going to be heightened, and you're going to be able to accomplish major things, but don't get discouraged or worry, because that Virgo might create some anxiety and worry that things going to work out. You go for it, girl, because you have the power, and it's going to look sometimes discouraging. Don't get down in the dumps. Keep yourself high spirited.
Yes, good message. How is romance for me? Nothing happening now. Well, let's manifest. Sounds like we've got something going on. Go ahead.
I would say, SR, if nothing is happening now and you say that, you're creating that. So instead of thinking about that, you think about the love within yourself and the love you have with your son, which is real. You love, and create a feeling of love, so that that's when love comes to you, when you are feeling love. But if you're saying nothing happening, you're shutting the door.
Or you're marking the time of not having something versus being just being interested in other things and have love take care of itself. But I do have just exactly what she was saying. the reverse page of cups. Pages always bring in messages of love, right? And it's reversed. And then we have the ace of cups on top of that, which is the beginning of love type of thing. So it looks like you're just fine. It's not so, your person isn't synchronized up yet, you know, that type of thing. I do have one more message for you, and that is that it won't be anyone you already know, because I have the reverse judgment coming in. And I do have someone in the wings, the King of Pentacles, which is kind of nice. And I also have the Empress card, which is that beautiful female energy and feminine energy that comes in. And this is all taking place in the next 30 days. I enjoy doing 30-day increments when I do a Celtic like this. So it's just the season. Plus we have the moon, which is a moon phase, 30 days, you know, 28. So you're right on track. So it looks like something's coming up and coming in.
I have a question about that reading. If you say the King of Pentacles is in the wings, does that mean that she's going to find a man who is
it could
support her and stable and bring, you know, wealth and stability?
What I did not say is it was in a position, because the Celtic cross gives me positions and readings. It was in the position of how she feels about herself. So she is manifesting this man of, it could be great wealth or great, he's stable for sure, financially. So it looks like, yes, you're doing good work, and all that stuff. Just don't push the river, I think is what Lalit was saying. Don't get discouraged, because it looks like it's right around the corner. I hope that helps.
So her song will be, if I had a rich man, deedle, 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 dum.
Right.
That's your song.
Will my boyfriend give me a ring soon? Now, this is what I want to help you, Lorraine, for one thing. You need to define soon. And there's another question in the group from Sharon, who says, daughter Lauren, will they ever have a child? You never want to ask a question like this. So I'm going to rephrase it for you and kind of teach you about that. So will he ring me soon? I am going to say, will he ring you this weekend? And it sounds like you might be in a different country. So maybe it's the next 2 days is what I'm thinking about. So I'm going to do a 5-card yes, no, and tell you why and why, or why it's not. It does look like, yes, he will ring you. He is really burdened. So in other words, when you haven't heard from someone, the first thing I think of, I'm not going to put it on you, what I think of is, oh, they must be mad at me. And I retrace did I say something that might have offended that? So I do all of that. And then it just gets really overwhelming on myself. But it looks like he is just serving himself and others right now. The 10 of Wands is here. You can see she's burdened with 10 wands. And it doesn't mean necessarily that you're putting it on yourself when you do that. This is for him. This is his reading, because I'm asking him if he's going to call you. The answer is yes. But the reason why he hasn't yet is not because of what you said. It's all about what he feels he needs to do. And usually this comes up in a reading when someone is giving of themselves to another. Like if you guys were married and your partner lost a job, or there was a challenging diagnosis or something like that where they can't work, then you take on more of the responsibility of bringing in things. So it's like that. I'm not saying that's his life right now in such drama, but it usually means giving of yourself in an exhausting kind of way. I do have the Hierophant and the High Priestess both together. So he's in his spiritual mind and heart, not his religious mind and heart. So I think that's probably a good sign for you. He's not able to see the future just yet with the 2 of Wands. It's reversed. He feels like he's kind of going backwards, but guess what? He has you on his mind with the 2 of Cups. So congratulations on that. Yay. Yay. I'm going to check to see if I'm missing something here. Because I do. Lorraine, I hope that helps. And Red Dragon, sweetheart. Any message I need to hear? Well, let's see. Oh, as a matter of fact, there is something that you need to give up that you're not giving up. This is the death card reverse. That means that upright, there's a natural ending to something. Death is a natural thing. It's not something it's just the way it's supposed to unfold. But if it's reversed, it means there's something you're bringing in and not letting go of. And a hint comes in after that with the reversed hanging man. Upright hanging man said, I'm paused. Reversed means I'm paused, but upright means I'm looking outside the box, and reverse means I'm just keeping my mind set. So Spirit is asking you to back up far enough to see the perfection of your life and move into a different perspective. When you move into a different perspective, you start different thoughts, different actions, and then different outcomes. But I know you know all that. Right now, there's the Three of Pentacles reversed, meaning there's you're very good at what you do, but there's no work you have to do, that type of thing. I've got the Queen of Wands reversed, meaning that you're not moving, you don't feel like you're moving forward, and the Five of Pentacles reversed. So the reverse cards here, this is a big lesson for everybody. Sometimes cards will come out in a reading and one or two just don't fit. So you have a message, you have the input put by the cards, you have a message, but there's a couple. Don't try and hammer it all together. Only read those that you feel you should be reading. And so what I want to do is take away this one and either turn it right side up, because I know you are a doer. You're in nature a lot and you move a lot. So it could have just been a placeholder, or it happened to be upside down. But I will take the reversed, those two fives, the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. I'm going to take that and move into the knowledge that you're not really worried about loss. You're not really worried about your performance on the planet. I think you're a very spiritual woman. That is the message I'm going to give you. But there is something Spirit is going to ask you to do, and how you know it, what it is, the tricky part or the easy part is that thing you're supposed to give up. Make it shine. So, and ask for it to shine, and it will shine with a level of drama or chaos. And you go, oh, there you are. My perspective of that needs to change. And that's how Spirit talks to us. And the next one, you just chime in if you get something. I know that when Lalit looks to the right, because I'm the same way. I get messages from the right. It's really interesting. I saw you go to the right, and I thought, oh, she's getting something. Do you have something? Or
well, I was just thinking that when it hit me that this asking it to shine can make you could go, oh my God, there it is. Not that. That you have to, you have to face something that maybe you've been putting off, but now's the time to clean out the garage.
But I got to tell you, death is an easy card to negotiate with because it's finite. It's so, when you come in and you say, oh, the dramatic stuff starts, so the chaos starts, you went, oh, okay, I'm emotionally attached to this scenario. And so that person or that situation is now dictating how I feel. Right? And
yes, so you recognize it.
So then
you have to be honest. And
when that happens, then you just need to give up loving that in a way that needs to be a certain way in front of you to feel.
This is the time for all of us to confront our issues that are sometimes can be difficult. So this requires a lot of honesty with yourself, your belief systems, and things that you have hanging around that no longer serve you. It's time to give it's I think what Debra said is really important, because I think we all have some things at this time that are going to have to be eliminated for us to access the new level that we're moving to.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So be honest with yourself. Do some deep digging, everybody.
We have a group that is not afraid to do that, for sure. It makes it quite easy. Sharon Lee, my darling.
Is this rhubarb? Strawberry rhubarb?
Yes. But she's changed her name.
You changed your name, but not your face, baby. You still look beautiful. I looked, I said, I know that face.
My daughter, Lauren, and her husband, Chris, will they ever have a baby? So this, we're going to frame it, say, will they be with child by the end of the year? This is how you have to put the time on it. Now, also understand that life synchronizes in and out of favor. Depends on when I step into that energy, whether it's going to be in or out of favor. But the cards are going to say yes or no, and why it's yes or no. And so it looks like the answer is at this time, no. However, I'm going to say no, but there are things hidden. There's something hidden, either a hesitation by Lauren or Chris, maybe a fear or something like that. I'm going to go a little farther to see. Okay. So it might be an unspoken kind of situation. Let me just see one more thing. A little bit nervous about giving things up a little bit, but they really love each other. I've got the Hierophant upright. I also have the Four of Wands. Their marriage is stable. There is a spirit interested in coming in, but it's not the right time. I've got the Page of Swords, very bright little boy or a girl. I'll leave that up to heavens. So I do believe that I believe in miracles as well. So when this spirit or soul feels that there is a match in the energy signature, I believe he will seed in. But at this time, it says no. That doesn't mean it's not going to cycle in favor sooner than 6 months. Did you get anything?
I'm feeling that that it is not the time, but there is a bright hope for the future, and it is and as you said, I feel a lot of love, and
yeah,
so it's good.
Usually when I'm just going to say it, I'll just say it for me. If I want something, a blessing, and I'm asking for it, but I have this, when I get this blessing, I'll need to give up this or that. So I need to reconcile that. That's when it sort of, pushes it away a little bit, but that's just me, maybe just me. We've got Joyful Journey. What's in store for I think it's son Callum this year? I'd love to tell you. I'm going to do numerology. So when you're talking about this year, it's a 9 universal year, so we're all asked to give up something just doesn't work for us anymore. Usually that's for our society and stuff, not our personal stuff. But let me just add up his personal year. And he's in an 8 personal year. So this year it can be really frustrating, but really awesome. And that is because you're anchoring. You've been through 7 years of the 9-year cycle. And so you've manifested, you've created, you've anchored in with the 4 personal year. You've made changes with the 5th personal year. You've made it perfect with the 6 personal year. 7 personal year, you made sure that it was aligned spiritually. Now we have the 8 personal year, meaning that you bring it into fruition. So this is a year where he's not going to feel as successful unless he sees with his own eyes this pen that he invented. He needs that manifestation really fast. And the blessing of this year is that you do manifest quickly in an 8 personal year. But you need to stay focused on what you want, because if you're thinking you don't know what you want, you're going to get a whole bunch of that. So that's that. So I don't know where in his journey he is. We are halfway through the year, so he should be on a good start on that. And I have so now Krusty Snapper. I've got you next, Craig, but Krusty Snapper has this cool thing that's been happening. I'm going to bring it in, read it out loud for those who are lurking. I've received messages the past 2 mornings with a song each morning. Yesterday was my dad. Not sure who the message is from this morning. Songs are in my head. Of course they are. That's where they live. That's how they speak to us. And she says, when I woke up, so I've been asking every night this week that we need an army of angels and guides to help to bring the Epstein crap to light for all the victims in the world. I just looked on my phone and noticed that a victim is now stepping forward. So it's exact. So you have a straight line to heaven, I guess, because it's already been manifested. But let me get up there. I kind of wanted to figure out who that was, or see if there's a message for you, if you don't mind. She also says, the music was so clear when I woke up that I knew to search for the lyrics right away because it was my dad yesterday. Had me crying when I was listening, reading, feeling so loved. Let's see who that might have been, because So how I do this mediumship is when I declare before using my cards that I want to do a mediumship reading, I am declaring that how spirit can talk to me through the cards is that every reversed court card is a deceased person. And so I've got a Knight of Cups, which means they are your contemporary. So if I had a king and queen, it would be mom, dad, or someone older. Knights, we're going to say your peers or your contemporary. And pages would be small children or angel or joy guides coming in. So I do have the Knight of Cups, something very, very loving. So I'm sensing a brother type. I'm not saying it's your brother, but it's like that type of thing. It feels male to me. And the job that he's come in to give you hope, because this is the hope card, the star card. And what I have here is he is saying to me that you're arguing inside your mind a lot of times. Bickering with yourself. I should have done this better. I should do that before time gets away from me. And that is clouding your future thinking. So three of Wands upright means tiny but solid steps forward towards your clear future. When it's reversed, it's not that. I've also got the 2 of Wands. They come in reverse. So your friend, whoever this might be, is coming in to give you hope and to help you or ask you not to bicker with yourself. Stop talking like that to my friend. And so so they're coming in loud and clear into your astral travels at night. Plus they're giving you lyrics to go by. That's like screaming from the afterlife, saying, be good to yourself.
Yeah.
be good to know.
That is Deborah. I was just wanting to say it's a message for self-love and self-care, and a routine that will get you through this time spiritually. Love yourself. Know you are loved. You are so loved, and you are essential to the divine, because you're a piece of the divine, and without you, the divine is not all it is. So you're it. You need self-love and self-care, everybody, in this time. It's very important to set aside some energy in that department.
Yes. Okay, I've got Craig here, and thank you for your question. He would like a message from his brother now, because I don't know if someone's going to come in specifically, but your brother came in within like 5 cards. He's been here. He's here. And he's also coming in with your parents, or parent figures. I've got the King and Queen, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles coming in. Also, the Moon. So he's like, the whole family is there, but they're a little bit hidden. There's hidden knowledge that they're going to be sharing with you. They completely adore you, even though his message is, this is the Lover's card. His message through the Lover's card is, even though we're opposites, sort of, or we grew up, mom, dad, and him grew up as, and you grew up as individuals, we all absolutely respect everybody's pathway. So it might have taken them to get on the other side to actually feel it, but that's how they feel about you. They're not nebulous about it anymore. This is 7 of Cups, because the 7 of Cups came in reversed, telling me that they're clear thinking. They want you to know they love you. So it's not just your brother coming in. It's like the whole gang. The whole gang to say, we see you, we love you, we encourage you. And bless you, and leave you with that. Let me get back to the regular messages and see what I've missed. Okay. Red Dragon says, a great horned owl. I would love to see that. Yes, he's huge. Red Dragon. She's in nature. Interesting. Gonna listen to the replay. Thank you. Marilla, great readings. Thank you. Young people, reverse says, young people have such fear of the monetary part of children right now, especially when so many can't afford housing. But this is going, okay, that's true. But you know what we call generational wealth? There's still time for that, generational wealth. Whereas a lot of people, me included, and I'm kind of older than everyone, but where I'm living in the moment kind of stuff. Now, I don't have children to leave things to, but if they're the kids are there, then this is when we need generational wealth to kick back in, instead of everyone just flying by the seat of their pants. I don't know how you feel about that. But that's what we say. Everything has to change. Not just our government needs to change back to being kind. We need to change about our perspectives on things and get back to thinking about others. And she says, I've been thinking so often about people in Trump's concentration camps, and with your PTSD has been triggered. But hearing all the beautiful readings here, okay, gives you hope. That's good, because we all have jobs here. We have jobs to do. And our jobs is to pray for the least among us. And that's our job right now. Oh, Priya, you know what? We're past our time. She just says, I want a general reading. I'm sorry. We're past our time. We've got to button it up. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support as well. I have memberships, like the thank you membership, and then I have the Learn Tarot and Numbers membership. Now, for the summer, I know I've said it before. If you're a member of the tarot and numbers, please give me a call and set up a private one-on-one to teach you, because I'm not going to go on once a week and teach a class or twice a month. I'm not going to do that because people are too busy to come. So give me a buzz. We're going to do one-on-one. So we'll give you everything. And we'll talk about the cards, numbers, your business, everything. It would be like a 30-minute call. So that's that. And I'm going to be gone for the next couple of weeks. And your support is near and dear to me. Plus, I've been writing in my book and not paying attention to anything. And you really do help. Thank you so much for the support. I love you. And thank you, Lalit.
I have to tell everybody your recorded lessons also on tarot are the best ever.
Oh, they're kind of old,
but they're kind of true. They're the best ever. That's nothing's changing about that. They're so wonderful.
I should put that on sale. That's a good idea. That would kind of help me pay those people that are paying for that type of membership. Give them something a little extra. I think you're giving me a great idea. Thank you so much. Yeah,
it was just really enlightening to me, and I loved it. I just kept listening and listening. It was just learning something new every time.
Thank you.
It was wonderful.
So I created that when I didn't know film editing. So everything's like in one breath.
But so what? The substance is so perfect. You just can't do it any better,
I do give you not just the basics, but I've learned so much about tarot by doing so many readings, one right after the other, that I learned nuances for the card, different ways you can read it. It's just really, really, really good. And Krusty Snapper, love, light, peace, prosperity to us all. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. And I'll be back in a couple of weeks. I'll keep you posted. And I love you all. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself.
Happy new moon.
Love, love, love.